I'm mostly passionate about the beauty that we have right in our backyards. I mean, most people drive down the highway at 65 miles an hour and don't realize what's out there. And I like to, tonight, just go out for a drive, which I do probably 75% of the time. Just go for a drive, try to hit some county roads I've never been on before, and you'd be amazed at what's hidden right underneath us. And I don't know, I just kind of like to try to show that beauty that we have in our area. You know, we don't have the mountains and Badlands and all these, you know, really cool places to go shoot, but I think I find plenty to shoot right within 20 miles of my house. I usually look for just even ordinary objects that you see every day. A corner fence post. I might drive by it 10 times and not see anything there. And then another day drive by it and either the sun is right or the grass is greener or something is just setting that fence post off, where all of a sudden now it's something I want to capture, where I might have not even thought about it 10 times before that. And then another thing I kind of look for is, I'm picky about the time of day when I go and shoot. I like the morning hours or the evening hours, as with, I mean, that's almost pretty much a general rule of landscape photography anyway. But clear, featureless blue skies are tough. I don't like going out and shooting those times of days. If I do go out, I tend to get into deeper ravines or someplace where you're not seeing the sky and more focusing on a stream that's covered with trees overhanging, you know, something where the sky is not really that visible. And then I'll shoot it. But the pale blue skies, I generally don't go out during those times of days or during the afternoon. One of my favorite prints that I have done is actually of the Yellowbank River, which we're standing right next to right now, but further down by Odessa, and it was right after the sun had set. It was quite dark, and the DNR had just done a prescribed burn, so there was a lot of low-lying smoke. It was really still, so there was a lot of low-lying smoke hanging around. And to tell you the truth, honestly, I think my white balance was off, but which made the picture. Everything, it's just the water is as dark as blue as you could imagine, and with the long exposure, the water coming over the rocks are just leaving white trails. So that's one of my most favorite photos that I've taken. I've recently taken some photos of some horses while a thunderstorm had gone by, and for some reason to me, I didn't think that much of them, but I got a lot of response back on them, and so they seem to be pretty popular. The second or another favorite photo of mine has nothing to do with landscape, and it's a black and white photo of a lady holding a little dog that is her service dog, and she's looking down at the dog, and you can just tell how much she loves this dog just by the way she's looking at him, looking at the dog. And this photo was taken in Las Vegas on the Strip. Those types of photos don't sell at an art show or anything, but personally, I think anyone who sees it, I think it touches their heart in some way. And I'm really proud of that photo. I like that photo a lot. I would consider myself an outdoorsman, and I love to hunt, And before I even got into the digital camera age here, photography, I remember laying down in the cornfields goose hunting, and of course you're out there early and you're laying in the cornfield and you're watching the sunrise and you're seeing all these beautiful oranges and reds and blues, and thinking to myself, I got to start capturing this. I mean, this, to me, it's beautiful. If you were to see a lot of my photos, you'll see that incorporated into a lot of my photos. A lot of sunrises, a lot of sunsets. And I know sunrises and sunsets are overrated. Everybody does them, but I try to do it a little differently. And I think I do. You Google a sunrise photo and you know how many millions of photos you'll come up with. There's just tons of them out there. Or a sunset. So even though there are a lot of them there and everybody does them, I still like to do them, but I try to incorporate something else. Well, no, and I do feel, I get into times when I'm feeling like I'm not doing anything different than what everybody else is doing. And I want to sometimes I almost just want to just set the camera down and just kind of give it up for a while, at least for a while. And I think I've tried that a couple times and it hasn't happened. I always resort back to me going out and taking photos is, to me, it's almost therapy, for myself, where I get away and I can collect my thoughts. I love being just out in the nature. I could sit here along this stream all day long and just watch. You might catch something that you're not expecting. But I would say I'm definitely a landscape artist. I do like to try and throw little twists into it sometimes, doing a focus roll as the exposure's being opened or something, just to add, something a little different to it. But for the most part, just a down and dirty landscape artist, photographer.